Hey, here to do a pick a card, pick a pile reading for, right now Jupiter just went into retrograde a couple days ago. And Jupiter retrogrades are not like Mercury retrogrades, they're not like a big upsetment to your life. It's really just that like the bigger planets, they are retrograde like for a huge part of their cycle. So it's really just like the bigger planets have two settings and we switch to the one that's a little bit more like looking at our experiences that we've had when Jupiter was direct, and like it's in Sagittarius. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which makes it more of a powerful transit. It's about growth and our beliefs and learning and stuff. Anyway, I just figured we'll look at what different things people are going to experience or learn relating to this. It'll be a few months. It goes direct in August, I think August 11th. So I just was really curious about what this is going to mean for some people. So first pile is going to be, ooh, it's hard to see always. This is a fluorite octahedron. So that's for pile 1. That stone really helps with integrating your upper energy centers and lower ones, so it's like earth and mind and thought and spiritual intuition. It helps with stress, with anxiety, so if you resonate with any of that stuff, maybe that's the one for you. Second pile is going to be the aqua aura. This is one of my favorite little pieces. I was drawn to the little smaller delicate ones today, so I'm interested to see what that is going to mean. So number 2, aqua aura. And then number 3 is the tangerine quartz. It's shinier than it looks. Yeah, there we go. Catching the light a little bit. So that's pile number 3. And let's get started. Alright, pile 1. We got the fluorite octahedron. What can you expect for the next few months with this Jupiter retrograde? What are you supposed to be integrating as far as your life lessons, your luck, where you've had abundance, where you haven't? This looks great, honestly. Lion is your animal card. Lion is just like, standing in your power, feeling good, feeling like a master. I feel like the lion is somehow like, I think it's like, let me look it up here. A complete master, yeah. Patient, regal. So I feel like you probably are feeling good right now. You went through a period of growth, definitely. I mean, Jupiter, we're talking about growth, and you're feeling good about it. The epitome of peace and strength. Fire. Anyone watching this could be a fire sign, could have a lot of fire in your chart. Living mascot of self-transformation. So this doesn't look like someone who is transforming. This looks like someone who just transformed. So I feel like you're going to be going over in the next few months like what that transformation has meant for you, where it's taking you, where you've been. Spiritual growth as well as personal growth. It depends on how spiritual you are as a person, but growth in all different areas of your life. Dedicated person, they can inspire some and intimidate others, but you're not really giving a fuck about that right now, so that's great. Respected by all, but known intimately by few. They can seem aloof, but really they are stealth and precise in their words and actions. They don't waste energy or resources. So maybe you learned how not to really burn through or burn yourself out in more ways than one. You figured out how to allocate your own resources so that you could be awesome at whatever you're doing. Self-mastery. Yeah, awesome. 7 of coins. You've been really, really working hard on your growth. And this is like material growth. It could have to do with your career, with your work in some way. You've really, really been tending this garden and working hard on it. And I don't believe that you're finished yet. Like, you're not harvesting. It's not the fruits of your labor time quite yet. Maybe when Jupiter goes direct, that's when you harvest. But you're working really hard and you're feeling really good about it. Let's do like this. Ooh. Ah. You're feeling really good about how far you've come and where you're going. You got the Oakmen. I believe that this has to do with more wisdom, just like solid power and wisdom. I'm going to look it up too. The Hanged Man has to do with seeing things from another perspective. So everything here does kind of look very stoic and not in a stagnant way, but like sitting in your power, still contemplating, still going over everything you've learned, still learning to look at things from a different perspective, but I believe you really have been doing that, and that's opened things up for you. And you have another badass sitting here in their power, Queen of Swords, and that has to do with thought, communication. Your mind is very strong. You feel very strong in your mind, and Queen of Swords is Libra. This is a card that can represent Libras. You might be a Libra, or you're just in that, like, Libra, balance the scales, justice, correct thinking, correct speech. So this looks very good. I'm going to look up the Oakmen. Yeah, strength, ancient wisdom, depth. You can't learn things by being hasty. Sometimes you have to look beneath the surface, which I think has been happening for you. You look deeply into the heart of the matter, so I think you did that. Whatever happened in the past few months, you really did look deeply into the situation. Consult others with more expertise than you have. You may have done that. Wisdom of the elders. So you really did pay attention to the wisdom of the elders, the wisdom of your ancestors, however that manifested for you. You did the work of going in depth and not making a hasty decision. And that means you sit in your power now. Here, 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 hanging out, waiting for the harvest, not being hasty, not freaking out about it. This is like very healthy. This is very healthy. Yeah, just haste is your worst enemy. That's it. So you figured that out and you weren't hasty, and even though you're not finished with your work, you're doing really well. So great job, Pile 1. You seem to be really just right where you need to be. And I think about a lion, a lion sitting up on a rock and surveying the territory. That's kind of where you're at right now. You're just like looking at everything that you've built, looking at everything you've done, and where you're going. And it's good. It's positive. So, great for Pile 1. Okay, so Pile 2, we have the aqua aura quartz. These stones are very good for deep meditation, very spiritual stone. So, just if that seems to resonate for you, just figured I would let you know. Let's see, for you, Jupiter Retrograde. The Golden Egg. This is a really nice card. This is about heart center. So for you, there's something very heart center related having to do with this Jupiter transit. And then even here, the King of Coins there's just something similar here to me, like about these two, because you see this coin he's holding, and then there's the golden egg here. It just seems similar to me, and even they both have symbols on the front of them, the items like the egg and the coin. So there's something in your heart that needs to be expressed. The last three cards came out reversed. Because we're in retrograde, I am just going to leave them that way. I feel like they could probably be read either way, so maybe I'll just give you both meanings to each of these and you see what resonates with you. The first one that jumps out of me is the Daughter of Cups reversed, or was upright, you know, like this. Daughter of Cups is the Page of Cups, and Page of Cups can be like a new love offer or a message of love. It was upside down, so this thing that needs to be expressed could be that. Like I was just thinking just now, yeah, that if you have something in your heart that needs to be expressed, you may not be expressing it. Oh, also King of Coins. That's a sign too. Which one is it? Earth sign. King of Coins. Oh, I'm gonna have to look it up. I should know this. I can't remember. It's not Capricorn, that's the Queen. I think it's Taurus, but yeah, I think it's Taurus. I think the Knight is Virgo. I'm gonna say Taurus, but I'm gonna look it up for you right now. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Yes, Taurus. Sorry. So, you could be a Taurus. You could have a lot of Taurus in your chart. Taurus rules the second house. If you have a lot of, if you know your astrology chart and you have stuff in the second house, that could be you. Holding on to this, like, some kind of nugget of truth in your heart. And you're not expressing it, or you're not expressing it yet. And that kind of goes along with this other reverse card. We have the Six of Swords reversed. Upright, it would look like this. So, you know, if this is an upright reading for you, you are moving forward, you're expressing love, you're expressing something that's been in your heart that's needed to be expressed. If these are the reverse cards, like I'm kind of looking at this, you aren't expressing something in your heart yet, at least. You're not moving away from the situation yet. You're sitting there and holding on to something that you have not expressed yet from your heart. Now, Taum the Poet. It's really funny to me that we have this guy, which Taum the Poet really is a poet. He expresses himself through various creative means as well as poetry. And we have this heart center where this card talks about the unstruck sound from your heart you need to express. Holding on to it. But this isn't holding on exactly like the Four of Pentacles where you're like holding on too tightly. This is just you're sitting with it. I don't think it's necessarily negative. It might just not be time yet. Or maybe Taum is telling you it is time. I have to look. He's reversed too. Taum the Poet's also reversed. So it's like something creative from your heart needs to be expressed. You're not expressing it yet. There could be good reasons why you're not expressing it yet. It might not just not be time. Maybe you're thinking of it during the retrograde. Maybe once the retrograde ends, it'll feel like time to express that. So we'll look up Taum. Clear sight, poetry, erotic energy, laughter, not getting into serious mischief. I think that's so funny, not getting into serious mischief, it's so contradictory. So this is a very youthful card, this is very like fun-loving card, so there's some energy around this that has to do with youth. Something about, you know, and creativity can have to do that, where you have to like find your inner child a little bit and express in the way you would if you were a child. Taum often shows up in readings for people who have a talent or inclination for writing. Wow, I'm having trouble with the words today. I think the messages are just coming in really quickly, and I'm trying to get them out. But an inclination for writing, poetry, adventure, fantasy, or anything else. Writing about all those things. Sorry, I said them all very quickly, but writing about poetry or adventure, fantasy, just writing whatever. Writing music could be part of this too. The unstruck sound sometimes comes through as a music thing. Music, art, creative writing, whatever. Also, this can relate to romance, apparently. We had erotic energy in the beginning of this, because Tom is, I guess he gets around, that's what it says here. But, deciding you want more romance in your life, and this is about expressing things from the heart. So, yeah, there could be something there. It could be love or creativity, and those things go together a lot. So depending on who you are, it could be either one. This doesn't necessarily mean looking for someone new. It might well involve putting some romantic fizz into a relationship that has become overly routine. But this came out upside down, so I want people to know both meanings, but I gotta talk about the reversed meaning. This card reversed can indicate confusion about what is really true, or it may suggest we are being silent when in fact we need to speak up. Okay, well that goes along with this. It can also indicate lies found out. You can get into a lot of trouble with Tom. Just use a little common sense. If you don't have much, here is your chance to develop some instead of spending your brain energy making up excuses for foolishness. Suggests that exercising good sense is of some urgency, lest you wind up head over heels like the reverse Tom. Okay, yeah, this is about expression. Artistically, you need to express something, or romantically, you need to express something, or both. Maybe you're going to express something romantic through something creative. But this retrograde is going to be about at least sitting there and thinking about it. I don't know if you'll be expressing it when the retrograde ends or not, but it looks like it has to happen. So, think on that. Pile 2. Also, I forgot to say this after the last reading, but like, subscribe, leave comments. I have a Facebook, I have an Instagram, I do personal readings, I have a PayPal. All that stuff's in my description box and in my About section. So, and I always like hearing from other readers too. I watch a lot of videos, so if you're a reader and you want to connect, I'm there. Okay, that's pile 2. Got through the spiel. Alright, pile 3. Pile 3. Tangerine quartz. For pile 3. This stone, actually, I just thought of this. This can be related to creativity, so if that rings any bells, that's your stone, pile 3. So let's see what your retrograde journey is. Okay, a lot of these are, well, no, actually, a couple of these are reversed, but that's okay. Dolphin, what a cute little guy. I know that's a great card, so I'm going to check the details of that, because I don't have all of it on top of my head, but I know it's cute. Innately intelligent, healer, light, blessings. The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts, as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. So this is a spiritual card. I just noticed we've gotten 3 court cards today, 1 for each pile, so it's interesting. And each of these ones, like, God, did we get, yeah, we got kings and a queen, so they go along with zodiac signs. So the King of Swords is Aquarius. You may be Aquarius, you may have a lot of Aquarius in your chart, so think about that. I jumped away from the dolphin and noticed that this was here. It's upside down, so you may not be feeling totally in your power right now. You may not be on your game. King of Swords, swords have to do with the mind. Aquarius is all brains. So you might not be feeling like you're thinking clearly or you're analyzing correctly. there may be some reason why you don't feel mentally really on your shit right now. And so yeah, take heed of that, and also about the Aquarius energy there. I know Aquarius is an air sign, not a water sign. Weird, because it seems like water, but they're the water bearer. They usually, even though they're not emotional, they help a lot of other people deal with emotions, so that could be, if that sounds like you, think about that. So back to the dolphin. Blessings, spiritual work. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they have on the world. So I feel like that might be kind of the issue. Like, Aquarius people do really like to help their community, and you might feel like maybe you are not doing what you need to do, or you feel like you're not making as much of an impact as you would like to make. But you probably really are, because the dolphin is up right here. They play an important role in the world. And it can indicate that a profound blessing is on your way. Jupiter is about good fortune. So even if you're not feeling totally on your game, this looks like good things are coming towards you. Blessings are coming towards you. So that's nice. We have the Eight of Wands, which means speed, quickness. Sometimes it means communication is coming quickly. Something good is going to happen to you quickly. So this can be really nice, like lightning strike. Hey, stuff's on its way. You just have this burden. This is Ten of Wands, so you're carrying a lot of, like, difficult burdens for you. You really want to put them down, but I think you're going to put them down soon, because we do have the Eight of Wands here, and we do have the dolphin. You have this blessing coming, so I think this big, heavy load that you feel like you're carrying, or you are carrying, I'm not saying you feel like you're carrying it, you are carrying a heavy load, you're going to put it down so freaking soon. You just might not feel totally confident in your mind and the way you're doing things right now. The last card, it's also upside down, Collective of Pixies. This is usually about joy, happiness, spending time with fun people. The pixies, like, dance to make the world go around, or they say that they do, and that it's a very important job to dance so the world spins. It's upside down, so I can't remember. Let's see what that one is. Collective of Pixies, duty, willingness, joyful participation, virtue. Yes, this can be about duties that you need to take care of, what you have to do, but joyfully doing it. So you might either not feel joyful about your work, or maybe, like this other card said, you just might not feel like what you're doing is really making an impact. When pixies haven't enough to do, they tend to get into mischief together. They decide they ought to lead the travelers astray, chase the farmer's cows from the field, tangle the computer's wires and tickle its memory, and cross the telephone lines. Make sure that everyone involved knows what they are expected to do here, and that they have enough work to keep them busy without being overloaded. Alternatively, some people may be dragging their feet, not getting their job done, promising and then not delivering. Invite them to join the dance. If possible, help them to see the joy and satisfaction to be found in doing a good job cheerfully. Set a good example. So this all seems to go together. I feel like this has something to do with work, or community work, or helping your family, or some sort of thing like that. And you're maybe feeling a little discouraged, and you're feeling overburdened. You're, like, really overworked. So that card was like, maybe you're dragging your feet. I do not think you're dragging your feet because you're carrying this heavy load right now. I think that maybe some other people might not be helping you, and might need to step in and help and carry some of that load too. But there's a blessing coming. The dolphin said a blessing's coming. So for this retrograde period, I feel like going over what you're doing, how much work you're doing, and maybe finding ways to delegate or allocate that work to other people who should be pulling their own weight. Or you're just going to have something really nice happen really quickly that's going to help you put down the burden, and it's going to be some sort of blessing. So blessings are on their way, pile 3. You're stressed out, you're overworked, but you're going to be okay. You're going to be able to put down your burdens soon enough, and you'll get some help. So there you go. There's your Jupiter Sagittarius retrograde reading. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, send me comments, Go to my Facebook page. I have longer general readings on the Facebook page, the Crow Magnum. I have an Instagram where I do weekly astrology stuff on Wednesday, and I do private readings. My information is in my description box and in my About section. Yeah, connect with me, and I will see you again soon.